Mr. Bertay Fisekci.
Good evening. You heard Magic. This is a tough one. It's a very tough speech for me. So I need your cooperation. Can I count on your cooperation, please?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Could you please imagine with me your prejudgments, prejudices, assumptions while listening to some topic, and your religious teaching. So, can you please join me? Let's take our hands like this and imagine all these prejudices and all your previous teachings are now between these hands. Let's put it here. And let's call them a package. We have a package. And now we are putting these out of our head to a shelf just on top of our head. Is that okay? Can you do this for the next 7 minutes to join me for this stuff? Thank you very much. Now I have the excellent audience. No prejudgment, no prejudice. Wow, that's the dream. So can the timer start now, please? Thank you very much. Tonight I'm going to talk about the evolution of the human eye. I actually enjoyed researching about this topic because this is fascinating. I like learning and I like to share this with you. In very early times, in the one-cell organism area, there is a cell developed sensitive to light. That means can only detect if it's day or night. So according to the predators, or according to the life going on at that time, it just moves according to the light, because just what it does is sensitive to light. So this developed, this light-sensitive cells developed and formed a surface. Now we have a surface on some animals with some cells reflective to the light. So what is the development, what is the evolution story is that this is depending on the predators. When predators come, if the sensitive cells help the animal run away and then they can survive, so that it helps. So then what happens? This structure becomes a little bit curved. So why? Because at this time, then the direction of the predator can be detected by the animal. If it comes from here, then this part can detect. So that now the animal knows the predator comes in which direction, so that they can run earlier. You can see it's actually coming mostly on survival instinct. So that it's really, if you survive, then you pass your genes to the next generation. If you cannot, you are out of here. So the development of the organs help actually animals to survive. An example, a predator approaches, and if these sensitive cells can detect the direction of the predator, then it's easier for the animal to run away and then survive. After some generations, then this structure closes a little bit, and now it's like a sphere, like we have today, and it's a little bit of a hole now. When you look at a hole, you see something, but it's a little bit blurry, right? I mean, it's called pinhole, and it's today also we know this from different technologies. In the pinhole section, you see something, but it's first very blurry. We have an image quality problem, and it's inverted, and it's not that developed. It's nothing in between. What you see is just looking at a hole, in a very narrow hole. So interesting enough, at this moment today in the world, there is an animal which has pinhole eye. So at this stage of the human eye evolution, we have an animal with the pinhole eye. Let's continue. What is the problem now? We have a pinhole eye, we can see something as an animal, we see the predators, we see some light, but actually image quality is not that good. We cannot see very clearly. So what could be the natural solution to this problem? That is the water drop. That's the water itself. So if there is a contained bag and there's water in it, if you look at it now, you see some different images. So sometimes it just corrects your image. So the generation after generation, a lens started to stick to the eye, so that the image quality gets better, generations after generations. Then pupils developed. So this is also about letting how much light will come into the eye or not. In a dark environment, you know very well that our pupils grow, so that we need more light to see around. And also we see muscle development, so that after we have this curved structure, we have the lens, the image quality is getting better, we have more sensitive cells. And now with the muscles developing, we can now turn our eyes more flexibly up and down, left and right, so that we can be more aware, again, to the predators. This is an amazing slide I found. You can see what I talked about is light-sensitive cells, curved light-sensitive cells, no lens, but a nautilus, pinhole, and primitive lens, and a better developed lens. In every stage of this development of the eye, now we have a species living today with different levels of eye evolution. So this is amazing for me as well to find out. So the scientists look at this amazing structure and see that there are actually 1,800 minor development areas could be defined. So this happened very slow movements. And this actually could happen in 360,000 generations. And calculation is that this could take 100,000 years. It sounds quite long, right? I mean, how can we calculate everything happening in 100,000 years? However, the oldest eye fossil is 550 million years old. I'm not doing the arithmetics now, but you can clearly see there is plenty of time for the light-sensitive primitive cells to the human eye. There is plenty of time to make this evolution happen. Alright, this is an overall story. Where did it start, how it developed, and how it ended up today in human's eye. And we see each incremental step is actually bringing another function. It makes the eye better, as long as also helps the animal escape from the predators. Alright, now, you remember your package? It was in the shelf, right? So, can I also now invite you again? Let's put it back, our daily lives, right? Let's hold it again. It was there. Slowly with me, please. Slowly to your head. 1 second, yes. Stop there, stop, don't. Wait, what if you keep leaving it on the shelf for some more time? When you see something new, when you talk to somebody new, when you learn about new concepts, what if you leave it there? You know it's there, because you remember this presentation, maybe this image. You know it's there, but just leave it there. Don't look new things with prejudgments, prejudices. And see what the scientists are talking about. Keep it there, but you are the one powerful enough to keep it out of your head. And I call it being free-minded. That's a very nice word, I like it very much. I try to be free-minded since I'm 22 years old. And I'm really relieved and really happy about it. So every day I'm having some other experience that I can feel about it. I don't have any fixed points looking to another point. I can look in anywhere. And I respect human knowledge, I respect the new developments, and I'm really excited what's happening, how human knowledge gets more and more. It's a choice. You can be free-minded. I just humbly recommend it to all of you. But more specific, if you want to read more about evolution, not only evolution of the eye, but general evolution of all the species, I also kindly recommend Richard Dawkins, if you like to read and watch in English. And also this young gentleman, I see he's doing a great job creating a Turkish language content for evolution. The web page is very interesting, everyvaci.org, and I recommend all of you to have a look and enjoy the human knowledge and how it comes to us. Thank you very much.